We'll go over to the NBA, a little NBA action.
Shout out to a couple of new listeners this morning, Kevin. One of my coworkers, London Ferris, said she was going to try to tune in. So if she did, she missed the Carolina segment, I bet, earlier. But thanks for tuning in, London. And also all the way from Louisville, Kentucky, my old office mate and good buddy, Matt Williams. Appreciate him tuning in.
Now is he celebrating his ACC championship win?
He might be. I don't know. I'm not sure how he's feeling about that.
All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do some officiating with Terry right now.
Oh Lordy,
this is NBA Terry. I think this is one of your teams. What the?
Long as he didn't move to pivot foot.
He pushes off.
Now he did. Now he did.
Would Bob Knight have been thrown out of the game?
Well, he has to make sure he's behind.
Bob Knight would have been thrown
But then
out
I don't still think he got behind.
Don't you love how you get different explanations from Terry depending on if his team's involved?
Yeah.
Like, I got to get behind it.
Hey, if it's somebody else's team,
He did travel, though. I don't care. I don't care.
Thank you. That's all we're
I
looking
don't
for.
care.
He only took 9 steps.
And he pushed off.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. We had a game last night, and I ain't going to say who the two squads was, but they had a girl, and a little bit, I ain't going to say, some girls are bigger than others. You know what I'm saying? But they said this girl never left the floor. I'm like, her feet left the floor every time. But it didn't leave much, but it left the floor. And I had coaches raising canes like, she never even left the floor. I'm like, yes, she did. You know. But anyway.
For what, over the back call or something?
No, they was that gun like because when she got a rebound, she had fake, and they kept saying she never left the floor, and I'm like, her feet don't.
She traveled.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I said all her feet has to do is come up just a little. I mean, you know. But anyway, I had that happen to me like 3 times last night.
All right. Speaking of referees, Terry, I'll let you call this one.
Well, I called travel. I gave it.
What does Luka Doncic now? What does Luka Doncic do on this one? Watch this play.
Whoop. Well, wrong. Cannot do that. That's the same thing as carrying.
Well, yes, Terry, it's carrying. Not the same thing as carrying. It's carrying.
Watch this. Whoop.
He faked the behind the back pass, took another step, and then dribbled again.
Yeah, forget that. But see, they're going to let you do this now.
Once you fake the pass, you have to take 2 steps and just shoot.
Yeah.
Hey,
There's no more dribbling.
We know the answer to this. Tim Donahue gave us the answer to this. That's not carrying unless you're Allen Iverson and they have a campaign against you.
I mean, he literally faked a behind the back pass.
Whoop.
And they were making fun of Lopez for falling for it, Terry. Like, he didn't expect him to carry 10 feet into the line.
That's it.
He didn't expect him to get away with it.
I didn't know I was going to be this wide open.
Right. When you're playing defense, you're not, expecting them to be able to just get away with something totally illegal. Wasn't even close. All right, so you mentioned Lance Armstrong a minute ago. Yeah. A lot of people talking about LeBron and his injuries and how these players get away from it. And I say everybody, including Mike Trout and all of them, are on it. And here's Lance Armstrong explaining how it works. Go ahead.
Justify anything that I ever said as, as something I would want to repeat again. But one of the lines was, I've been tested 500 times. I've never failed a drug test. That's not a lie. That is the truth. There was no way around the test. When I pissed in the cup and they tested the piss in the cup, it passed. The truth of all of this is some of these substances, primarily the one that is the most beneficial, has a 4-hour half-life. So certain substances, whether it be cannabis or anabolics or whatever, have much longer half-lives. You could smoke that joint and go to work driving your tractor or going to whatever in 2 weeks and test positive because the half-life is much longer. With EPO, which was the rocket fuel that changed not just our sport, but every endurance sport, you have a 4-hour half-life. So it leaves the body very quickly. And with a 4-hour half-life, you can just do the math.
So basically saying they're all just cheating with all I got to do is just quit doing it 4 hours before you're supposed to be wherever you're supposed to be, Chip. That easy. LeBron's missed every March this week for 4 straight years, or the last few weeks. And he goes to Germany during the offseason. Spends over $1 million on his health. Chael Sonnen says he's got the same HGH guy I got. We walk in the same place together. He said that on ESPN. He ain't been sued. He hasn't been questioned. He ain't been nothing. So at what point do we just start actually just when are we going to start talking about and exposing these dudes for all this?
Or
stuff?
just like Jose Canseco said, just let them do whatever they want.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, at what point can you police whatever it is?
I still think the year Tiger won the Masters 2019, the one thing everybody noticed was, and I don't know if they consider it, I think it was legal, but everybody noticed like he and Phil specifically were chewing gum, and they never chewed gum previously in tournaments. And the rumblings underneath was like, is it CBD oil gum? Is that because
It's not CBD. It's something. I mean, there ain't no sense. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that everybody cheats because I think if you're in a competition and you know the other guy's cheating and getting by with it, what are you gonna do? You're gonna
Whether you
cheat
do
too.
it or not, you're gonna okay, if he's getting by with it and nothing's happening, I'm gonna try it because it's gonna make me better.
And some of those guys back in the 90s and 2000s said that.
And
It's
here,
like, are you just going to sit there and let that guy do all
Yeah.
this stuff
And beat you every
beat
time?
me every time?
well, here's one, and y'all might. This is before I started. I was on the show several years ago. I don't know if y'all talked about this. That I felt like the conspiracy never got a lot of traction. Peyton Manning had his neck surgery. The whole was released from Indianapolis, went to Denver. Anybody who watched him in Denver knows he didn't look like the same quarterback after the neck surgery,
That's true.
except for the 1 year that he broke all the single season records for yardage, touchdowns in a season, all that. He looked like a different person. The year before and the year after don't really correlate with that. That also happens to be the time that there was a report that there was HGH or certain substances being shipped to his house in his wife's name.
I'm sure.
But nobody ever followed up on that. But I'm like, that just to me doesn't seem like a coincidence.
Because of who he is.
And that's the other thing too. You use Lance, and it very much fits the time frame of Lance. And I won't say at the time he was the most beloved person, but because of what he represented, he came back from cancer. He's wearing the red, white, and blue because of the U.S. Postal Team. All of these things set him up as a heroic figure. So nobody wanted to pursue that at the time. The exact same time, be it right or wrong, we're crucifying a guy chasing the single season home run record because he's a horse's rear end and nobody likes him. And also the optics, you can bring this into it, whether you like it or not, the optics of one of them's white, one of them's black. And that's at least going to be mentioned by folks who bring this up. But that's how Barry Bonds was treated at the exact same time versus how Lance Armstrong was treated. It's just very curious to me.
Still just flipping through some stuff. You comments on that?
No, well, my only thing about any of that, and I'll always be the first one to say, I'll never go to the Baseball Hall of Fame when you do not have your hit leader and your home run leader even identified in it. So, I'm sorry. Everybody else can go and enjoy it and love what they see, but I will never go.
Steph Curry accepts a new job, folks.
Yeah.
In Charlotte. Yeah. Steph's going to come to work in Charlotte, Tom.
What?
He is now Davidson College's assistant general manager for basketball.
What?
Steph Curry becomes the first active player in U.S. major sports to take an administrative job with an NCAA
How does he
team.
have time for that?
Do you know who the actual GM is for Davidson College's basketball program is right now? The guy who was his representative for Under Armour.
Oh.
That's why he's getting brought in.
I just don't think Curry would come back to Charlotte after he's been out there so long, and he basically said, "This is my home now."
Yeah.
Terry, who's the first teammates to ever go 40-40?
First teammate.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. You got to know this.
Talk about in baseball.
40 points and 42 two guys scored 40 points in the same game.
Oh, two guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was daggum Boston.
Who were they?
40. Oh, yeah. Come on now. Pritchard and White.
Here we go. All right.
I know who they
All
are.
right. This is
What
all
the
right.
heck?
Got me worried there for a
I
second.
know.
Yeah, there y'all
Only-
go.
only
getting
time in
ready to
NBA
go off
history,
on
right?
Yeah.
only time in NBA history, and it's two people we've never heard of.
Yeah, and it's not even you. Well, one of them's a starter. The other one comes off his
I'm
sixth
pretty
man.
sure these are beeped out. If not, I will stop it immediately. But this is Gil Arenas. Him and Jameson almost became the first 40-point scores. They went 41-39, and here's him explaining what happened.
Is it the first history we had 40 and 40?
As teammates, yeah. Same game.
Oh! I knew I should have passed the ball to Antoine. But I wanted 43 because it was Michael Jordan. I had 41, he had 39, and I could have gave him the ball. I didn't know! If I can rewind it back.
Look at Steven
I had
Jackson.
Michael Jordan.
That was Rashad McCants.
Oh, is that Rashad?
Yep.
Oh, it is. I thought that was Steven.
No, Rashad McCants is on.
I'm
is
not
on-
used to Rashad being in a Lakers uniform.
I had Michael Jordan on the ISO thinking that was my...
So he's got 41, Anton's got 39, and Jordan's guarding him. So here's him talking about what happens.
If I can rewind it back, I had Michael Jordan on the ISO thinking that was about the AI that... No, he stole that.
You let 40-year-old Michael Jordan steal it?
41. Yeah, but it was the first time he stuck me. I tried to hit him with a move.
It's the
Clink, clink.
time he what? What is stick you with?
And I was trying to AI him and got that taken. Yeah.
He never.
I could have been the first.
So the first time Michael ever guarded him after the hero put 40 on whoever, I guess Stackhouse or Rip Hamilton or somebody, he just stole the ball from him and blew their 40-point game.
That's pretty
That
bad.
would have been more memorable, Jameson and Arenas
Yeah.
as opposed to Pritchard and White.
That's pretty bad. I couldn't recognize Rashad. I went to high school with him. For
How did
crying out loud.
Magic and Kareem not pull that off? That's the one that I would think would have had a good chance for that one.
Yeah.
All right, a couple more basketballs here. Let's see. Teams score more now, don't they? Bigger, faster, stronger, right? Now that's what I'm told. NBA. 1987, Michael Jordan scored 3,000 points in a season. That was 40 years ago. No one's ever done it since. Kobe got the closest at 28-32, and James Harden at 28-18.
Is 63 against the Celtics? Is that the most Jordan ever scored in a game?
No, 69.
He scored 60. Okay.
63 is the playoff.
Right. I knew. I didn't know if he had
And he
scored more in a
lost.
regular season game.
To
He
score
scored 63 and he lost.
To beat Jordan's 87 score on average, you'd have to average 37.2 points per game for 82 games. Because, they played 82 back then. That's what it was saying. His is 37.1. You'd have to do 37.2. So this one...
But I'm going to tell you something that's funny, though. That's like the other day when Donick was playing, and the people on the Lakers bench were sitting over there shaking their heads like, how did he get that open?
Right.
I mean, all he needs to, he's like Larry Bird. Just
He
give
carried
me
the
an
ball.
inch. Just give me an inch, and I'll daggum toast you. Well, the other night, he couldn't miss nothing. And all of his bench was over there going. They were shaking their heads like, how did that go?
Well, here you go, Terry. Here's Stephen A. talking about your boy.
I'll switch this up. One of the things that I've always wanted to throw at y'all, I've often said this about LeBron at the small forward spot. Give me LeBron for the first 46 minutes. Give me Larry Bird the last.
Hey.
Ooh.
Truth hurts.
He said, give me Bird the last two.
I'll switch this up.
That's what he said.
Truth hurts.
How about some artificial intelligence predicting the next 75 NBA champions?
Holy cow.
And guys, I got good news for you.
Where are the Hornets?
The Hornets have finally done it.
All right.
The Hornets have finally done it. Folks, get your cars tuned up. Terry, get that Toyota ready. Because in 2080, AI predicts the Charlotte Hornets will bring home a championship. Now, by my looks at things, before that happens,
I'll be 98 years
no,
old.
before that happens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other expansion teams will have won a championship before the Charlotte Hornets do. by 2080.
Cute. Wow.
Looking at we have the Mexico City Aztecs is going to win a champion. The Beijing Dragons.
Oh, my gosh.
Uganda Gold. So they're going to have a team in Uganda. How about you think about that, Tom?
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
How about Cleveland with the three-peat?
Yeah, I know.
In the
Tom hasn't even
2060s.
looked. Yeah, right. He
How
got,
about looking at 2025, Tom, what he says?
Celtics.
We'll
We're going to
see.
see how stupid AI is.
That's what I'm saying.
When the Celtics don't even win.
I know nobody on the show is going to notice that Cleveland's winning streak is intact. They defeat Memphis last night.
Yeah.
Good Memphis teams already got over 40 wins. They
That's
got an
good.
8.5 game lead in the East. They've pretty much all but sewed up home court advantage.
Which could end up being huge.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy. And I'm telling you, the second round's not going to be easy. That Indiana or Milwaukee, that's not going to be easy either. It's not going to be. You're not going to waltz your way to the finals. But I like where the Cavaliers are right now. I like where they're playing. I love their coach. Atkinson's done a great job, and they play together. The Hunter trade, I think, has given them another piece there late. So I am quietly optimistic. I'm not going to be like this guy and say a bunch of stupid stuff. But
I'm not. I'm telling you the truth.
You don't know the truth.
4 out of 7.
You can't handle the truth.
I mean, to handle the truth, you have to accept it.
Boston's the only team in the NBA who's not lost 3 games in a row.
And see, but you're giving Cleveland no chance.
I do give you a chance to make the finals in the East,
Terry.
I mean,
it's gonna be it'll be a good series. But I think that if that home court breaks for Cleveland,
we got the best road record of anybody.
This might be a simplistic thing, but once Cleveland, if they get home court advantage, at that point you start sitting, just resting, just trying to rest up for the
I don't. What is this new concept of everybody needs rest? I don't get it, man.
Just curious.
So I've got a. This is a fun chart. This is the efficiency of every team in the last 10 games over in the NBA. If you know anything about math charts, top right is usually the best, bottom left is usually the worst on this. As we look at this chart real quick, there's 29 logos on here.
Oh boy, please don't. Oh gosh. Guess who they forgot?
No, they didn't forget us. See if you can find us on the map there, Chip. And while you're doing that, you've got the 4 worst teams.
No.
The 5 worst teams in the NBA according to this chart are the Jazz, Nets, Mavericks, 76ers, and Pelicans.
Oh.
But if you look really, really hard, did you find it?
There's an arrow.
Terry, did you find it yet?
Well, I see it, and it's pointing off the chart.
Yeah.
We're so bad, we didn't make the chart. They put an arrow, and it says Charlotte that way.
Oh, not the good direction either.
Who's the tank?
Yeah, who's the tank?
I don't know. It's just a tank. They got the dude down there from Duke. I don't know what he's doing down there too. But anyway, yeah, to Charlotte that way.
Oh my god.
Tom, good news is you're out there pretty much out in front there with the Warriors. The top right part of it, so that's where you want to be.
The Warriors have been a lot better since the Butler trade, haven't they?
And look who else is up there. There's your Bucks sneaking up in there, and the T-Wolves.
I'm just telling you, man, it's not going to be easy.
Bucks and T-Wolves. I just thought you'd love the Charlotte. Didn't even make the chart. How about injury sideline percentage? What percentage of your NBA team's salary is on the injury report? Philadelphia. 95.6% of their salary
Embiid.
is on the injury report.
That's over half of that money.
Yes, Terry. 95 is. Embiid is over half. Okay,
that's over half that money. It's 95%.
Embiid. That's what
he
I'm
meant
saying.
Embiid. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So Lakers at 78%. Dallas Hornets under 24% of our roster is injured.
And that's LeBron for the Lakers. So
yeah,
you take those 2 guys away, and that comes way down.
Dallas is Kyrie and Anthony Davis.
Yep.
LeBron's not
surprised
hurt
Dallas
bad,
isn't more.
LeBron's not hurt bad though.
No, he may be coming back this week. He got some more HGH.
So got a shot.
He's
flew to Germany.
Yeah. Let's see, Tom. I'm about to do the standings for you here in just a second. I want to make sure I got. Oh, I had one more. This was Barkley getting on Shaq a little bit.
An MVP. No one else has done that.
What's interesting too about Steph is remember watching him at Davidson. I got March Madness on the brain, and people said, "Oh, this isn't going to work in the NBA." Could you imagine thinking that?
First of all, the guy's just tremendous, man.
Yeah.
It's been an honor and a privilege to watch him play. You're like the 3rd best Lakers center ever, I think.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I could deal with that.
Kareem and Wilt.
Not a bad list.
Yeah, you're like the 3rd best.
Okay.
You're like the 2nd best Orlando Magic center after Dwight.
All right, let's go to those Lakers highlights.
There we go.
Lakers, Bucks.
Wow.
Played for both of them. I'm not allowing
But I got
that.
more. Hey, but I got more
Hold on,
rings than you and him combined.
Me and who?
Wilt.
The last name you just said, and Will.
You said Dwight.
Hey, you
Adam in there too.
I got more rings than all of y'all.
Luka Doncic trying to get a ring.
So Shaq's response was, "I got more rings than Barkley, Dwight, and Wilt Chamberlain combined."
Thanks, Kobe and Dwayne Wade.
Right. Well, I can say that, but him giving him now, y'all think it's funny, But he does have an argument, Dwight being the better Magic center. They both went to the finals, did they not? Did Shaq get swept in the finals? Did Dwight get swept in the finals? One of them's a slam dunk champion. One of them isn't.
One of them never
In
participated.
Orlando. That's what I'm saying. In Orlando.
What's a slam dunk champion have to do with how good you are, Kevin?
In Orlando, Tom. He has a trophy that Shaq doesn't. What does Shaq have in Orlando?
We can't even be sitting here even talking about this, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I will-
I'm serious. Serious.
You know Shaq's trophies from Orlando, 2 broken goals. That's he broke 2 goals.
He got swept last time he was down there, so I know. All right, there's your standings, Tommy.
So they got in Cleveland Cavaliers 56-10, and they have won 16 games in a row. 16.
Y'all doing good.
That's impressive.
I mean, they're a team. Like Terry tries to say, his team is a team, but Cleveland is the ultimate definition.
I'm never going to take nothing away from you. I'm glad y'all having a great year, but when you get to the playoff, it's a whole different game. Can your guys on this team? How many of them guys have won a title? How do you know how to get there?
Everybody's got to win their first one, Terry.
You know, but you got to go through somebody to get there.
Can you play this back when we start talking about NFL teams, please?
I mean,
yeah, it's a different. In Kevin's right. Depending on the issue, he changes his narrative.
Who?
You.
I'm not changing the narrative.
Like, how many times have you ever said, I don't know if Dallas go to the Super Bowl. Nobody on this team's won a Super Bowl. He never says that. But
no, we go into every year knowing you're Dallas. You should have a shot at the Super Bowl. We're not like Cleveland. Cleveland goes into every year saying, I just hope we make the playoff. There's a difference.
No.
It's like in high school football. When you are Shelby, you say, we're going to make the playoffs. Ain't no doubt about that. Can we win a title? When you may be West Lincoln, you're going to say, I hope we can make the playoffs, and then I hope we can win a title.
Well, Shelby's won a championship since Dallas has, right?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they've won quite a few. Yeah, quite a few.
That's
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different.
Real quick, Orlando Shaq versus Orlando Dwight. Shaq only played 4 years in Orlando. Number one, did y'all know that?
Really? I felt like it was longer.
In his 4 years, he had his MVP ranks were 2nd, 4th, 7th, and 9th. Okay?
During Jordan.
2nd, 4th, 7th, and 9th. And then he won Rookie of the Year and the All-Star teams. Dwight in Orlando. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, MVP awards 2nd, 4, 4, 5, and 7, and of course Rookie of the Year. And then of course I named the dunk contest. And then they both got to the NBA Finals. And I'm trying to find out who beat Dwight, Terry, in the finals. Was that?
Oh, God, don't know.
Remember?
Was it Houston?
No,
No, that was the other one. that's who.
Was it one of the
Shaq got
Spurs?
beat by.
Did the Spurs beat them?
Shaq got beat by him. Kobe.
Oh, it was Lakers.
Yep. Lakers and Magic. It went 5 games, so he actually won a finals game in Orlando. So there you go. So there's Barkley's argument for it. So I'll let y'all get back to your Cleveland Boston. If you Hornets fans want to know where you're at, we are 17-49, 39 games back.
They're ahead of the Wizards?
Slightly. We are working on getting that number 1 pick. Although I don't know who we should pick if we get it, or who we should take.
Cooper Flag.
He don't have an ankle now.
What about the West?
It's all right. He's got another one.
Who's at the bottom of the Western?
Out in the West is this. Well, I think the Spurs are trying to get there, but they're not. They're not there yet. They're trying
Utah,
to tank.
15.
Yeah, Utah. Worst record leads Washington, then Utah, and then Charlotte. You want to be in the worst 3, so you're guaranteed a top 3 pick. You can fall out like Charlotte has every other time. They're the unlucky. We're always the unlucky ones. So, look if they is Flag the number 1 overall guy.
Orleans.
Yes. Or is there somebody else?
I don't know anybody
No,
else.
if I'm going to pick, I'm picking Flag.
But what I'm saying is that this the type of draft the Hornets get the 1 pick where there is nobody that's going to like change the franchise. Well, there is no Wimbian or Anthony Edwards or something like you just. Well, we get it, and it's just going to be some dude like Andrew Bargnani with the Raptors
I think
shot or something.
Flag is
The elite of this group.
I hate to say definitive, but yeah, he's close to the number one pick. And in years like that, NBA doesn't allow the Hornets to get the number one pick, so it's not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah,
like,
the
is
Hornets-
this the type of year? Is Flag that good? Is what I'm saying. I don't think he's that good enough. I don't think he's franchise changing.
What position will he be? A 3 or a 4 in the NBA?
It better not be a 3. I'll put it that way.
Too slow. No, I don't even know if he has range.
I want my 3 scoring 20 to 25 a game.
Yeah.
Is he didn't doing that? Like,
I don't know right off the bat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want my 2. Somebody's got to score 25. I don't want it to be my point guard, and he's dead set on that, shooting more shots than Jordan right now.
Yeah,
So I don't. Well, listen, there's no point discussing what the Hornets going to do. It just matters what if the Bucks are going to get through Cleveland or Boston.
I didn't realize the Lakers had lost 4 straight.
They were second last week.
Yeah.
Well, that's when LeBron left.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Remember when we was talking last week, and I said, "Wait
his
till the night."
vacation.
He didn't
Boston
want
beat the Lakers.
Luka to get too much credit. So it was like, yeah, don't forget, when I'm not here, look what happens.
Oh my gosh.
When the goat's not here, look what happens. If y'all didn't know I was the goat, let me tell you why I'm the goat.
Just get tired of him, man.
Yeah.
All right, Terry. You and your Celtics, man. I got something for you. Fans complaining about the refs not giving them enough free throws, Tommy.
I know.
You're not going to get free throws when you're shooting threes.
Well, I'm glad Terry said that.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Look at this. Y'all shot 63 3-pointers in a game.
You're not going to get calls out there.
3.
More than 2/3 of their field goals. Look at that.
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And Chip, what did they shoot on their 2-point field goals? Do a quick math on that for me.
43%. They're almost 44. Well, 43.
No, it's more than that. On their 2-point field goals.
Oh, I'm sorry.
On their 2-point field goals.
Just their
they
2
were
point.
21 of 31
Let me do some
from
math.
2. That's somewhere in the 67% range. 21 of 31. 21 divided by 31 for you math wizards out there. I got my foot caught in my
67, almost 68%.
Terry, y'all shooting 68% from 2. And y'all shot 63 threes.
That's just who we are.
And that's why you lose.
God.
That's why you don't make the finals.
And people want to know why you're not watching.
Now we did this last year, and we made the finals. But you know, there's a difference here. The people
real quick, Chip. If everyone else is doing the same stupidity,
fair.
whoever does the same stupidity the best is still going to be the champion.
That's fair.
Like, there's still a champion.
This
Somebody's got to win.
This game is boring.
That's why when everybody went to Steph Ball, not everybody can be Steph Ball. You can't do it. Like, if
we have better
text I
3-point
sent you?
shooters than a lot of people.
You remember the text I sent you this week?
Yeah.
How Steph's changed the game.
67%, Terry, from 2-point range, and y'all shot 63 threes. That's incredible. I don't want to watch that.
I don't like this brand of ball.
Like, I don't.
We won a championship with this brand of ball.
That's nice.
Okay, congratulations.
All right, y'all got any other NBA notes?
You won 18 or 19 before that brand of ball.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Anything else? Anything else? Before we send it to JP.
Oh, look at him. He's ready.
There he is.
Hey, up and out.
Hey, he might only be able to do one, but he's got the fastest sit up in the industry.
That's right.
We'll be back in a few minutes. KTC Broadcasting.com.